North Carolina probably has one of the most challenging landscapes in the country, and that is, it's not a traditional coastal state. It's not a traditional non-coastal state. You know, it's got the mountains, it's got the coast, it's got your traditional flooding. And so that can really make it challenging. Does everybody remember what happened in eastern Kentucky with all the flooding in the mountains? So almost nobody there had flood insurance because they were in the mountain area. Even though there was a river down at the bottom, they didn't really think it was a risk because of where they were at. Probably a lot of people are like, it's not going to flood in the mountains. That's what happened in Boulder, Colorado about 5 years ago. A dam burst and actually flooded everybody through Boulder, Colorado. So it doesn't matter if you're in a coastal area, if you're in a non-coastal area, if you're in a mountain area, the flood risk is still there. I mean, the water has to go somewhere. When I tell people probably one of the most prone flood states in the country is Arizona, they usually laugh at me. Because they're like, it doesn't flood in the desert. But Arizona actually has more flood than any state every year. And they usually have roughly about 40 floods a year. This has probably been the hardest monsoon season they've had. I feel like we've been hit with a monsoon there almost every week. We had someone with a mobile home where the home was completely washed away because of 1.5 inches of rain. When you have these wildfire areas, what happens is the vegetation goes away. There's nowhere for the water to soak into the ground, so it runs off. It's the same way if you take a look at cement, if you take a look at a parking lot, those are areas that are really causing a lot of flood risk because now you're running all this water off. Where's the water going? Well, if you look at the recent flooding across the U.S., a lot of it has to do with drainage systems. You can't handle that amount of water. You're getting excessive amounts of water, you're getting a lot of runoff, and that's where a lot of your flash flooding is happening. And the same, is for North Carolina with all these different risks, that flood area, that coastal area. If you look at North Carolina the last 5 years, the way the hurricanes have come in, they've had just as a big impact on the coast as they have inland. Harleyville. We had a lot of flooding in Harleyville like 2 years ago because of a low pressure system that sat over North Georgia and then dumped 7 inches of rain on Harleyville in like 4 hours. And that was a mountain area. Front Broad River towards Asheville. Asheville's in the mountains. They have a lot of flooding issues in Asheville because of that.